Hey there everyone, I hope you're well. I just thought I've not done a video of making something in the kitchen in a really long time, and since I do that a lot, and I was like, it's probably been, I don't know if it's been a year, but it's been a few months since I've done anything like that. So I thought that today I'd show you how to use the Moka pot. Well, this one's a Violetti brand one, but basically they're almost all the same. The only thing is that's different is I've gotten the 1 cup maker, so this one is just for 1 serving. So if I were drinking this by itself, then it would be a demi-tasse size cup, about 3 ounces or so. But I'm going to be making this into a cappuccino, so it's going to be a 6-ounce cup, but I'm not going to be filming that whole thing. Basically, how I like to do it is I combine the techniques of the espresso machine and the Moka pot, because I like the coffee from this really well, but because I have the machine, I steam the milk to do the rest of the cappuccino. But obviously, if that's, if you don't own a machine, you can do any technique for foaming the milk, because this video is more about using the pot. And because I did a short on that a long time ago, and it was one of my more popular shorts, so I thought it would be a really good clip to do for you. So I'm actually going to start off by measuring out my milk first, just to have that ready before I begin anything with this. So, and it's also a thing to note is that if you are even just using the machine only, like the espresso machine, and doing it on there, you can just take this technique and it will go there too. So this is my final cup I'm going to use, and I'm going to pour my cold milk into this to measure it out before I put it in the steaming pitcher. So it's a kind of a way that you can go about it. So I'll be over here, but I just wanted to share that part too. So, and the best ones for it is whole and 2% milk, but then obviously whatever you can drink, is fine. So basically you just go right up until under the brim of it, because you're going to foam that up no matter how you do that. And this has been my favorite pitcher lately. It's an 11-ounce Moka brand pitcher, but obviously anything works. I chose the Moka pitcher years ago because it's the pitcher that Mr. Drick Nowsella, the barista, uses, and I kind of was always a huge fan of him anyway. So, and it worked for me too. So I'm just going to sit that in there, because you always freeze my pitcher too. So, but that's if you're on the machine. If you're going to foam it yourself, in the microwave or whatever, you don't need to do that. So let me clean this off. And then another reason I wanted to make the video for you is because I've now tried several different coffees in this and found what I liked. So my very most favorite is, for Moka pot, is Illy medium roast. And also they have it already ground to, honestly, the perfect grind for a Moka pot. So I really like that. I mean, obviously grinding your own beans is always going to be the very best, but I always have my big grinder set on really fine. So I find it simpler to do that, but regardless, it works, and I'm sure it'd be easier for anyone. And then I wanted to make a honorable mention is that, so this would be an Italian style coffee, but this is a Cuban style coffee, which is Cafe Bustelo, and it was just under $6 at my Walmart. If you really don't have if you really don't have the stores around or website or whatever to get Illy, I got this on Whole Latte Love, by the way. If you really can't find it, that's where I found it. But the Cafe Bustelo was like I say, it was just at my Walmart. It's a much darker blend and roast than this is. I can actually drink this on its own, which it's a little too stout for me. It's really deliciously stout, but it's too much. I bet my friend Madam M would like this, but not in my taste. For on its own. Now, if I add make this into cappuccino, it's good as well. But I wanted to use this one because I just got this, and we'll be cracking that open. But before, I'm going to measure out the water. So we're just gonna split the pot open. So there's the measure for the grounds. This is a 7 to 9 gram measure, I believe. And because this is just a 1 cup maker, it's only gonna give you 1 shot of coffee, but that's all I need. I think it makes a 60 milliliter serving, I believe. It's either 40 to 60 mils. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure out my water, which you just do underneath the valve there. I will one day do a tutorial on the big machine, but I just thought, you know, I think more people are gonna be interested in this because this is just about a $31 maker, so it's not too much more than just a drip maker or something, but yet you get a really nice rich coffee. So we're just gonna get water up until the valve. So right when you touch the valve with the water is enough. I know that not everyone's gonna do this, but I saw it on many coffee tutorials, and I've always liked how it did probably a little bit better. Is I'm going to transfer into here, and I'm actually gonna microwave this water and get it hot before I start, because it helps to preheat the water with one of these that I learned, because if you leave it there and once you reach boiling point and it actually starts extracting the coffee, it kind of cooks the coffee a little bit. So by heating it first, it prevents it. And I've noticed that it tastes a little bit better to me, but in any realm, it's still just what I do. I've seen a lot of people that have kind of started doing it that way. But anyhow, so I'm gonna go ahead and microwave the water. So I just set it to 2 minutes, but you just keep your eye on it. As soon as you see the water simmering, it'll be ready. So next, I'm going to move it where you can see it. So we don't need the bottom. But I'm gonna crack open the coffee. I just got this. So, whoa. Must have been, we were having 100-degree weather, so you can understand it's gonna do that. That's why my videos are real, you know, so no AI, for sure. Okay, so after that explodes everywhere, we will get that together. So be wary, I guess, but you'll be safe at home. So this is just my luck, you know. But you want to be sure that this is filled almost all the way. Now I'm going to check on the water. Okay. Water's ready, so that went everywhere. Okay. That's why I can't make ASMR videos, you see. So, because I'm just thinking it could be relaxing and then it explodes everywhere. There we go. But you don't want to tamp this down, because if you do tamp this, it's going to be a mess because it can't get through. Because these only brew about 1.5 bar, so they're not like a true espresso machine. That's why it's called Moka pot coffee. So you see, I might be able to just top it off. Yeah, there we go. So not the most elegant, but it does the job. You can press on it with your finger a little bit, but you just don't want to have it tamper. There. Okay, so that's good. But the thing that I wanted to share with you is you have to be sure that you don't have any grounds on this, because it won't screw together. I had this thing spray out the sides, and I thought that my seal in here was broke, but it was not. It was just that I did not clean this off properly. So we'll place that in there and get rid of this mess. Beautiful coffee, but it was mad at me, I guess. So apparently if it's 100 degrees, the pressure in the can will go everywhere. As I say, that's why my videos are real, you know. That's how I pride myself in making a real video. You know, in the age where a lot of real videos are dead. I don't mean to sound like I'm saying there isn't, but I just found out the other day that the most popular video on YouTube was just an AI junk video. And it had like something billion views or whatever. So I'm gonna be sure we screw this on there. That's why I set this on the pot holder here, because if it's already very hot, then firmly. And then, because my stove is a little bit wider, I'll be sure that this is on this side here. And then turn it on. I'm going to start on, so I haven't seen many of people do it with the induction burner like I have. So I'll let you know, I started on high, and then as soon as it starts making the coffee extract and come through, I actually just go ahead and switch the whole thing off, because it's enough heat to ride through the rest of the way. So I will stop the clip here in a second, and then I'll come back when it starts coming through and just show you the result there. So I will see you in a minute, and so yes, so you guys have a good one, and I will see you. Okay, so we just started brewing here, so I'm going to just give this until I just switched the stove off, so we're just waiting until it comes through. And technically you could put this in cold water to stop it, but I honestly never have. And you can see a nice little faux halo crema, which is really nice. So there we go, so that's ready, and I'll get my cup and make my drink. So I hope you guys found that helpful, and I will see you later. I hope you have a really great day, you know, wherever you're at, and wishing you the best. I'll see you.